CompTIA A Certification Exam Practice Test. Question 1. The proposed solution is being reviewed before implementation. Which property makes liquid cooling systems suitable for the requirement? Option A. It moves heat to a radiator where larger fans can dissipate it. Option B. It supplies scalable lanes for devices such as GPUs, network adapters, and storage controllers. Option C. It maintains airflow through the fins so transferred heat can leave the cooling assembly. Option D. It reduces the likelihood that a brief electrical surge damages attached electronics. The correct answer is option A. It moves heat to a radiator where larger fans can dissipate it. The important capability of liquid cooling system is that it transfers processor heat through coolant to a remote radiator. A passive heat spreader alone cannot provide the same sustained cooling capacity for the stated workload. Coolant circulation, fan operation, and load temperatures remain within manufacturer limits. Question 2. A technician is configuring tap to pair functionality for a mobile accessory. Which technology should the technician select? Option A. Webcam privacy shutter. Option B. A screen lock. Option C. Near-field communication. Option D. DC power jack. The correct answer is option C. Near-field communication. The stated requirement depends on a technology that exchanges small amounts of data when compatible devices are placed within a few centimeters. It enables quick proximity-based communication with minimal setup. The devices initiate the intended exchange when brought very close together. Question 3. The support team is evaluating the most appropriate tool, control, or procedure. Which statement explains the value of avoid technical jargon in this task? Option A. Plain language reduces confusion and makes the user more likely to complete each step correctly. Option B. Identity verification prevents social engineers from taking over an account through the help desk. Option C. Pescalation brings the appropriate owner into the process without unauthorized experimentation. Option D. Moving or lowering the discussion reduces unintended disclosure of private information. The correct answer is option A. Plain language reduces confusion and makes the user more likely to complete each step correctly. Avoid technical jargon is relevant because it uses language the customer can understand without specialized terminology. Unexplained acronyms may make the interaction faster for the technician but harder for the customer. The user follows the instructions without needing definitions of technical abbreviations. Stressed about your CompTIA exam? We can take CompTIA exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 4. A technician has configured password manager. Which outcome demonstrates success? Option A. Each account uses a different generated password while the vault remains protected by strong authentication. Option B. The message is identified, reported, and the embedded site is confirmed to be fraudulent. Option C. The drive contents remain unreadable from another computer without the recovery material. Option D. The employee completes approved support duties while unrelated administrative actions remain denied. The correct answer is option A. Each account uses a different generated password while the vault remains protected by strong authentication. Using Password Manager is appropriate because it stores unique credentials in an encrypted vault and can generate strong passwords. It enables distinct high-entropy secrets without requiring the user to memorize each one. A spreadsheet of passwords lacks the same purpose built encryption and access controls. Question 5. A technician needs a utility that displays hardware devices, driver status, and resource information in Windows. Which option should be selected? Option A. A control panel. Option B. The disk utility. Option C. Windows settings. Option D. The device manager. The correct answer is option D. Device manager. The required utility is one that displays hardware devices, driver status, and resource information in Windows. It provides direct access to device properties, drivers, enablement, and error codes. Disk management configures storage volumes and does not manage adapter drivers. Question 6. After implementing clear the print spooler queue, which observation most strongly confirms the intended operation? Option A. The endpoint passes validation against the approved baseline before returning to service. Option B. The symptom disappears in the reduced environment and returns only when the conflicting item is re-enabled. Option C. The instability stops after rollback and the affected version no longer appears as installed. Option D. A new document prints after the blocked jobs are removed and the service is available. The correct answer is option D. A new document prints after the blocked jobs are removed and the service is available. Clear the print spooler queue removes corrupt queued jobs and resets printing workflow. Clearing the software queue isolates the issue from the functioning printer hardware. Replacing the imaging drum would not release a stuck operating -system queue. Question 7. Which choice names the tool that locates and identifies a specific copper cable among many unlabeled runs? Option A, Power over Ethernet. Option B, the DHCP. Option C, NAT. Option D, Tone Generator and Probe. The correct answer is option D, Tone Generator and Probe. The defining function is that the tool locates and identifies a specific copper cable among many unlabeled runs. It places a detectable signal on the conductor so the matching cable can be traced. A loopback plug tests a port interface but does not trace a cable through a bundle. Question 8. An entry-level technician must select the option that best matches the stated requirement. Which characteristic best justifies selecting HTTPS? Option A. It allows supported devices to receive power from a switch or injector through the network cable. Option B. It provides server authentication and confidentiality for browser sessions when certificates are valid. Option C. It transmits the remote desktop experience while processing most applications on the target computer. Option D. It supports neighbor discovery and local exchange without a router-assigned global prefix. The correct answer is option B. It provides server authentication and confidentiality for browser sessions when certificates are valid. In this context, HTTPS protects web traffic by carrying HTTP over TLS encryption. Plain HTTP does not encrypt the transmitted credentials. The browser establishes an encrypted connection and displays the expected certificate information. Are you looking for CompTIA A exam actual questions? Visit our website pokerexams.com to access CompTIA A exam study guide with actual questions and answers. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get CompTIA A exam answer key today. Question 9. A technician is replacing a failed main circuit board and must ensure that the CPU socket, memory type, and case form factor are compatible. Which component best addresses this requirement? Option A, laser printer fuser. Option B, SATA SSD. Option C, motherboard. Option D, a graphics processing unit. The correct answer is option C, motherboard. The scenario calls for a component that connects the processor, memory, storage, expansion cards, firmware, and external interfaces. It provides the electrical pathways and connectors that integrate the major computer subsystems. The system detects the installed processor, memory, drives, and expansion devices after assembly. Question 10. Which connector transmits digital video and audio and commonly supports high-resolution computer displays and daisy chaining? Option A, USB-C. Option B, DisplayPort. Option C, HDMI. Option D, RJ-45 connector. The correct answer is option B, DisplayPort. This connector transmits digital video and audio and commonly supports high-resolution computer displays and daisy chaining. It is designed for computer display applications and can carry several display streams on supported hardware. VGA carries analog video and does not provide the same digital multi-stream capability. Question 11. Which service would be used because it shares a mobile device internet connection through a direct USB cable? Option A, USB tethering. Option B, mobile hotspot. Option C, cloud synchronization. Option D, location services. The correct answer is option A, USB tethering. This service shares a mobile device internet connection through a direct USB cable. It combines network sharing with a wired link that may also charge the mobile device. A Bluetooth connection offers lower throughput and is not the same as a direct USB network link. Question 12. A support technician is reviewing several possible solutions. Which consideration most strongly supports using multi-factor authentication? Option A. It limits opportunistic access when a signed -in user steps away. Option B. It applies file-level encryption tied to authorized account credentials and certificates. Option C. It combines independent evidence such as knowledge, possession, or inherence. Option D. It supports centralized access decisions using a supplicant, authenticator, and authentication server. The correct answer is option C. It combines independent evidence such as knowledge, possession, or inherence. Multi-factor authentication requires authentication factors from more than one category. Two passwords are both knowledge factors and do not provide true factor diversity. A login attempt fails when only the password is supplied and succeeds after the additional factor is verified. Question 13. A technician needs a component that connects virtual network adapters to one another and to selected physical networks. Which option should be selected? Option A, private cloud. Option B, Type 2 hypervisor. Option C, virtualization guest. Option D, a virtual switch. The correct answer is option D, virtual switch. The required component is one that connects virtual network adapters to one another and to selected physical networks. It forwards frames among virtual interfaces and can bridge traffic to a physical adapter when configured. A storage snapshot preserves disk state and does not provide network connectivity. Question 14. A user needs a credential that is longer and easier to remember than a short complex string. Which control should the technician select? Option A, endpoint detection and response. Option B, antivirus software. Option C, passphrase. Option D, encrypting file system. The correct answer is option C, passphrase. The stated requirement depends on a control that uses a long memorable sequence of words as an authentication secret. Length and memorability can improve resistance to guessing while reducing unsafe written reminders. The account accepts the long phrase and the user can reproduce it without storing it openly. Question 15. A startup needs rapid access to scalable services without building a private data center. Which choice provides the required capability? Option A, Type 1 hypervisor. Option B, public cloud. Option C, sandbox. Option D, hybrid cloud. The correct answer is option B, public cloud. The described need is met by a deployment model that offers provider-owned shared infrastructure to many customers over the internet. It provides on-demand capacity and broad access using a shared provider environment. The company provisions resources from the provider portal and pays for the selected usage. Question 16. The requirement is for a command that displays and manages basic Windows TCP/IP configuration. Which choice matches it? Option A, IP protocol configuration. Option B, CMOD. Option C, WOAMI. Option D, netstat. The correct answer is option A, IP protocol configuration. A suitable command must be able to perform the stated function because it displays and manages basic Windows TCP/IP configuration. It quickly exposes interface addressing and supports selected DHCP and DNS maintenance switches. Hostname returns the computer name but not its complete interface configuration. Question 17. Which practice would be used because it communicates likely timing, next steps, limitations, and update points honestly? Option A, set realistic expectations. Option B, avoid technical jargon. Option C, enforce the acceptable use policy. Option D, avoid assigning blame. The correct answer is option A, set realistic expectations. This practice communicates likely timing, next steps, limitations, and update points honestly. Clear expectations reduce uncertainty and prevent promises the support team cannot keep. Guaranteeing an unsupported completion time can damage trust when circumstances change. Question 18. Which procedure checks whether the physical interface and connected port have established an Ethernet link? Option A, reconnect the SATA data cable. Option B, inspect network link indicators. Option C, reconnect the internal display cable. Option D, ping the loopback address. The correct answer is option B, inspect network link indicators. This procedure checks whether the physical interface and connected port have established an Ethernet link. It quickly distinguishes a physical -layer problem from higher -level addressing or name-resolution issues. A successful hostname lookup cannot occur if no physical link exists. Stressed about your CompTIA A exam? We can take CompTIA A exam for you remotely and undetected. We always guarantee a pass and payments only after results. To send us an email, scan the code or tap the link in the description and let's get it done. Question 19. Which observation validates the successful use of repair the application installation? Option A. The program launches normally after its installation files are restored. Option B. The update completes and temporary -file errors stop after unnecessary data is safely removed. Option C. The restored files open correctly and match the expected backup version. Option D. The frozen process closes and other applications continue operating. The correct answer is option A. The program launches normally after its installation files are restored. The intended role of repair the application installation is that it restores missing or damaged program files without a complete uninstall when supported. The repair process validates and replaces required components with less disruption than a full reinstall. Deleting the user documents would not replace missing application binaries. Question 20. Which option identifies the device that bridges wireless clients to a wired network? Option A, IMAP. Option B, Power over Ethernet. Option C, HTTPS. Option D, Wireless Access Point. The correct answer is option D, Wireless Access Point. The defining function is that the device bridges wireless clients to a wired network. It provides radio connectivity while forwarding client traffic onto the existing LAN. A modem connects to a service-provider medium and does not primarily provide local wireless bridging. Question 21. A help desk analyst is evaluating the reason for a recommended choice. Which statement most accurately describes the advantage of Check Smart Health data? Option A. It corrects incomplete insertion or poor contact before replacement parts are considered. Option B. It provides evidence about reallocated sectors, error counts, and other device health conditions. Option C. The movement minus related symptom points to the internal video path rather than the graphics processor. Option D. It replaces stale lease information without requiring permanent manual settings. The correct answer is option B. It provides evidence about reallocated sectors, error counts, and other device health conditions. In this context, Check Smart Health data reviews drive self-monitoring indicators for signs of impending storage failure. A display calibration utility cannot evaluate storage hardware reliability. The diagnostic flags failing attributes that justify immediate backup and drive replacement. Question 22. A support technician is reviewing several possible solutions. Which consideration most strongly supports using ticketing system? Option A. It determines how frequently data must be protected or replicated. Option B. It creates an auditable workflow and supports prioritization, handoff, and reporting. Option C. It supplies manufacturer and regulatory safety information before cleanup begins. Option D. It limits downtime by preparing specific reversal steps and required resources in advance. The correct answer is option B. It creates an auditable workflow and supports prioritization, handoff, and reporting. Ticketing system records incidents, requests, ownership, status, actions, and resolution details. Personal notes alone do not provide shared visibility or controlled tracking. The issue shows an owner, timestamps, actions taken, and a documented closure. Question 23. Which outcome provides the clearest evidence that local group policy editor is operating correctly? Option A. A Windows starts successfully after the repair process completes. Option B. The scan reports repaired integrity violations and the affected Windows functions operate normally. Option C. The configured policy applies after refresh or sign -in and the restricted behavior changes. Option D. The dashboard reports the protection components as enabled in current. The correct answer is option C. The configured policy applies after refresh or sign -in and the restricted behavior changes. The selected utility configures many computer and user policies on supported Windows editions. It provides centralized local policy settings without editing each registry value manually. A basic text editor cannot enforce operating -system policy settings. Question 24. After implementing replace the laser printer fuser, which observation most strongly confirms the intended operation? Option A. Link indicators return and normal traffic resumes with the verified cable. Option B. A connectivity stabilizes after one device receives a different valid address. Option C. The output progresses through local hops and reveals the first point where replies consistently cease. Option D. The replacement produces pages whose toner remains fixed after cooling. The correct answer is option D. The replacement produces pages whose toner remains fixed after cooling. Replace the laser printer fuser corrects toner that fails to bond because the heating assembly is worn or damaged. The heating and pressure stage must operate correctly for a permanent image. Cleaning a paper pickup roller cannot restore missing fusing heat. Question 25. After using recovery point objective, which result should the technician expect if the solution worked? Option A. Measurements show the mat connected to the approved common ground and components remain on the protected surface. Option B. The team returns the service to its known -good version within the planned window during a test. Option C. A recovery test restores data no older than the approved time threshold. Option D. The team follows the documented protective and disposal requirements for the specific substance. The correct answer is option C. A recovery test restores data no older than the approved time threshold. Recovery point objective defines the maximum acceptable amount of data loss measured in time. It determines how frequently data must be protected or replicated. Recovery time objective measures how long the service may remain unavailable.